Hello, mindful friends. Today we're going to be talking about the joyful part of mindfulness and how sometimes we can forget this when we focus on all of the quieting and the coming back to self and the reflection and observation. But where that leads and where we get to look forward to and what we should also be feeding in our practice is the happiness and the joy. So this joy is like that childlike wonder that you get from full presence. When you're completely present in a moment and you get to look around and just really enjoy what's here and now. Engage with the person right in front of you. Look at the miraculous way that they show up for you in your life, or look at the miraculous way that nature is all around you and the beauty of it and what it provides to you, or looking and being fully present for this meal that you're cooking and all the joys that that brings you and the flavors and the wonderfulness of it being here. So the simplicity in the joy, that presence allows you to experience. And not only that amount of joy, but also the joy that we choose to bring into our lives. So Thich Nhat Hanh, mostly in his teachings on true love, kind of express the importance of joy in our relationships. And we can say that that's true in all areas of our lives, that to be happy, present, well-rounded individuals, we need to feed the joy in our lives in the play. And when we think about joy, we think about the ways that we play as adults, that we continue to embrace and engage with the happiness in life, the little excitements, the exploration, the adventures, the games, the learning, and where we can kind of start taking ourselves a little bit too seriously as adults. And when we start our mindfulness practice, we're looking at all the ways that our mind is working and what our thoughts are and where our attention goes. And we may be noticing that it does often go to the things we need to do, to the problems in our lives, to what we want to fix, to our worries, our judgments. And then when we start getting into the practice, we get into, the settling and coming back to peace and the calm. But we have to remember to round that out with the joy and the play. That's a big part of the practice. And in Thich Nhat Hanh centers, they always bring that in with singing, and we do play games. There's a lot of laughter and joking, and I loved that about his centers, and I found that to be very different from other centers that I went to study in, where I felt like that side of happiness and joy, the play of the practice, was missing. And I find that to be such an important part of the practice, because it lightens everything up, and that's really the fruit of our practice, is to be able to be so present in life, free of all that distraction in the mind that's telling you to worry and what you look like and your image and what people think about you, and that you can just be here for the fun of this moment. So how mindfulness leads us there and how we can use it in that cultivation of joy is that it's giving us this full presence. So as we're observing and we're settling the mind, so we're practicing the techniques that let go of all the things that take us out of this present moment. So all those things I just mentioned, of the ones that are saying you're not good enough, or what are they going to think about you, or worrying about all the weight on your shoulder and all the burdens, and all the bills you have to pay at the end of the month, and what are you going to do with the job? So when our mind is completely occupied by all of these things, us as adults, you probably notice it gets harder and harder to feel the joy, to engage with the play of this moment, because you feel like you're weighed down by all this responsibility. But mindfulness helps us to, in each moment, be able to put that down and say, what's right in front of me, right here and right now? So that when I'm engaging in play or something fun, all those other things aren't coming in to kind of convolute it and make it less happy and a little bit darker. So that mindfulness is what helps us kind of keep the present moment awareness. And when we choose to engage in something fun and exciting, we're not so focused on performance or what it's going to look like after, or the accomplishment of it, or all the other worries in our life. We get to really be there in that moment and see that, yes, I have other things going on. Yes, there are responsibilities in my life. But in order to stay happy and joyful, I also need to cultivate the energy of presence with this joyful thing I'm doing right now. So say you're a mother and you're overwhelmed and you're stressed and there's so many things going on that when your baby smiles or laughs for the first time or whatever it is, you can fully engage with that and use your mindful presence to not be half of your being is with all the stresses and half of your being is here with the joy. But you can turn all of your attention to the joy in this moment. Or say you're playing with friends or you're at a gathering, and that mindful presence is what helps you be fully there versus having half of your being worried about what they're thinking about you or what you have to do after or how you're going to be tired the next morning. But all of your presence, so you can say, I want to direct my attention here and be present for this moment and this joy. And we start choosing to bring into our lives things that bring that play, the lightness of heart, the childlike wonder. And we remember that we still have that light of the child within us, that joy and the excitement. We engage with it in new ways, but it's still present. And so look into your life and say, well, where am I playing? Where am I bringing that in, choosing to do something? And I've noticed with myself that even when I have to be present and I bring in a new activity and it's supposed to be that joy, but what do I bring with it? I can bring my pressures of, well, I have to be the best at this, or I always have to be improving, or, I have to make sure my image is good in this. Whatever it is, I can bring that to my play. So it's also a presence of, what am I bringing to this? And can I just enjoy? Can I just have fun, smile, and enjoy it, and know that this is the play I'm bringing to my life? And and laughter, letting ourselves laugh and just enjoy one another. So I invite you this week to explore, what are the ways you purposefully engage with play in your life, with the joy in your life. And then use your mindful presence to notice, am I fully present for that, engaging in and soaking up the happiness and light in that moment? Are there parts of me that are elsewhere? Or am I bringing my perfectionism to that, my need to be the best to that, my desires to that? And just start seeing if you can bring your presence in and be fully with just the joy, just the play. Just let it be free and playful. and see what that does to your well-being. Even if it's just like one tiny little moment in your day that you have the time to look around you, to smile, to laugh at a joke, can you be fully present for it? And that brings a lot of the lightness in and is a huge part of our healing practice. If you enjoy these talks and would like to join us for group sessions or individual coaching, you can find us at newleafmindfulness.com. These teachings and more are in my book, Living from the Heart, Healing Ourselves So We Can Heal the World, which you can get in book format and audio format anywhere that you buy your reading content. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you all very soon.